Jeff, you recently had your Giant stolen, is that correct?
That's correct, yeah. I rode into work on a Monday and had it stolen from a secure bike storage area in the building.
Yeah, okay. What have you got here? Tell me about this bike.
So I've got a Giant Defy. I purchased it in August of 2016 from Ivanhoe Cycles. Purchased it brand new. So obviously when it was stolen, I was fairly sort of distraught, and it was my pride and joy.
So how did it get stolen?
So I actually walked into the building and left it unlocked for about 3 minutes while I went into...
What sort of building is it?
It's the Medibank building in the city, in Docklands. So very, very good bike storage area. Just walked in, decided not to lock it up straight away, just to take my gear out of my backpack. And then 3 minutes, it was gone. So someone's walked in and just taken the bike out.
Yeah, right. So. And when that happened, what did you do?
Well, the first thing I did was obviously a little shocked. So I went straight up to the security guys, and they did a little bit of research and did spot the guy on CCTV. I then spoke to my brother-in-law and also gave Stolen Bikes Australia a quick call and registered my bike in the hope that it would be found. But to be honest, I didn't expect to get it back. I thought, there's so many bikes out there that I had no intentions of ever seeing the bike again. So
what did you do?
So I did register the bike, and then waited for someone to give me a call. I reported to the police. Didn't get any response from the police. Obviously, there's probably many other things that they're looking at. So I did buy a new bike. Again, sort of 4 months later, I thought I'm never going to get the bike back. I did want to get back into riding, so I went out and purchased a brand new bike from Ivanhoe Cycles, from Ken, and
then it got found.
When it was recovered, obviously I was over the moon. Bike Vaults Australia, just brilliant. Gave me a call while I was having a cup of coffee. I was absolutely astounded that they'd actually got it back for me. I then wanted to work out what to do with two bikes. So I gave Ken a call. I spoke to Brad from Bike Vaults Australia, and he said give Ken a call. And amazingly, Ken did say that he would buy the brand new bike back from me at cost, and I, again, can't speak highly enough of Ivanhoe Cycles.
Yeah, right. So I've got Ken here with me. Ken, you decided to buy the bike back brand new. It's a very nice thing to do. Why did you decide to do that?
Probably I felt sympathetic for him, and it just seemed the fair thing to do.
Yeah, okay.
So I couldn't see any other way that was appropriate.
And Darren?
Yes, mate.
You found the bike.
I did.
Correct?
Yeah.
So do you want to tell me how did you do that?
Well, look, it's, I suppose, a bit of a side hobby of mine. A few years ago, I sort of bumped into the Bike Vault through Facebook, social media, and I suppose in a previous life I had a bike stolen as a younger teenage guy, and that resonated with what these people are going through a bit. And in my spare time, as I was trawling through the websites and looking through second-hand dealers, one day I just happened to come across this particular bike in a second-hand dealer.
Yeah, right.
And from that, if I do think there's a bike that sort of looks a bit sus in the way it may be priced or where it may be located, I jump onto the Bike Vault and check the details, and if I think things match, I'll get in touch with Brad, and I think we've seen here the rest is history.
Yeah, right. You've done this a bit, I understand.
Yeah, once or twice, or 20 plus times. Yeah.
Why do you do it?
Oh, look, I think that I just personally enjoy. I think having been through it before, I think what Brad's doing and Bike Vault's doing is very selfless, and I think to I think bring that. I can see there's a bit of joy that's come back to returning that bike, and I think it's just being part of that cycling community that's been through for a long time. A lot of people have been affected by bike theft. Myself, friends. I know that sort of discomfort that it causes and distress it causes for them, and financial impact, and I think that it's really a small amount of time that it takes out of my day. We're on Facebook and all these other social media sites. So often we're probably walking down the street and pass through a couple of second-hand dealers, from month to month, and it just takes a minute to walk in, have a look at our phones, check the site, and you'll find a bike. First thing would probably just to jump on the site, jump on Bike Vault, and have a look at the services they provide and the way the bikes are listed, and then just start looking through some of the social media sites. There's a number of buy-sell sites on Facebook. There's a couple of other other well-known sites that you can buy second-hand bikes online. And I think if you think something's just a little bit unusual, jump on the website and have a look. And if you're really unsure, you can send a link through, and they can Bike Vault and Brad can see if it is identifiable.
Yeah, okay, great. So now you got the bike back. How do you feel? What's the emotion?
Oh, look, I'd suggest anyone with with a bike, just make sure the bike's registered with Bike Vault. The guys are doing a great job, so I think there's a real good service.
Yeah, so Jeff, you're saying there's a couple of things on the bike that give it a unique characteristic that enable you to identify, whether it's yours or not. Can you just quickly walk us through what they were?
Yeah, so I walked into the second-hand dealer and saw that my bike had blue handlebars.
Yep.
The giant Exact Speedo was left on the bike, and probably the dead giveaway was the Ivanhoe Cycle sticker that was left on the bike, and obviously the location of the bike sort of lent some evidence to locating the bike.
Yeah, okay, cool.
So